Hey, so I was able to learn a lot during the course of this assignment. This was an issue I knew a little bit about beforehand, but I was able to solidify my ideas and thoughts just a little bit more. Um, I gained a lot more knowledge about standardized testing overall, how other educators viewed it. I had some ideas about it and the pros and cons, but I was able to really view it in a wider scope. I was also able to learn more about alternative assessment styles, which is something I'd really like to implement in my future classroom, like specific styles. I focus specifically on game-based assessments, and that's something that assessment style is something I would definitely like to try to incorporate. Um, and I think using a variety of assessment styles would allow me to educate and gauge where my students are to a greater degree than just simply focusing on one or one kind of a style. I also learned about the difficulty that stems from heading such a project like this. There was a lot of proactive effort I had to do in order to accomplish what I set out for myself. Getting contacts and reaching out to people isn't something that I normally do, so this was good practice for that. I plan on learning even more about alternative assessment styles because there's a wide array of them. So I'd still like to focus on specific ones to learn more about them so that I can use them in my future. And I don't think I'm the best candidate to spearhead projects like this. So I would like to team up with someone maybe in the future who's more knowledgeable about setting stuff up so that things run a little bit smoother. I would like to continue to advocate for a wider variety of assessment styles to be used within our classroom, though, in my community at least. And hopefully it expands on a national level at some point in time. But that'll require a lot of effort from a lot of different people. And I also didn't think it'd be as hard to reach people as it turned out to be. I wasn't able to get in contact with the game company that I planned on, so that kind of threw a wrench in my plans, and it taught me I needed to be a bit more proactive when it came to that kind of stuff. Also, getting a space secure to do my meeting was more difficult than I thought, and it was also a tad bit more expensive. That made it a little bit unrealistic, so I would need to acquire funds from someone to enable me to do that. I'd also focus more on getting the word of local teachers and educators instead of going after a large company from a different state. If I could redo this from the beginning, I think I would have gained a lot more knowledge specifically about the subject, and I think getting firsthand experience knowledge is something that's really important. Overall, I was challenged in a lot of different ways. I don't think I'm the best leader, and I tend to think on a smaller scope a lot of the times. So having someone with me who is more accustomed to this kind of stuff and taking the lead and thinks in a larger way is something I think I would be able to fill in the finer details while they kind of work on the big picture aspect of it. So yeah, even if I can't work with someone directly, they could at least help me in giving me advice of what to do exactly for the large scale stuff. But overall, I think I learned a lot, and it allowed me to get out of my comfort zone, which I think is necessary in order to grow as a person and advance.